Hello everyone, it's Trena from John's Furniture Repair, and I'm in the shop today with this really sweet little silverware chest. So let me show you some details. So we've got a very cute little grandma's silverware chest. It's got the felt lined interior drawer, really sweet pink color. 1847 Rogers Brothers, International Silver Company of Canada. Interesting. And we do have some issues, as you're kind of seeing there. We got some cute little crescent hardware, brass cuffs on this beautiful maple leg. The whole piece is maple. And our main issues are obviously the finish is falling off, but we've got some water damage that has caused the top to spring off of its joint there. So we're just going to be returning this back to the original color. Maybe a little less yellow, and getting everything fixed up because this is a special piece to a granddaughter. So let's get to work. Okay, first things first, let's get this sweetie apart. I'm not sure if this insert comes out of this drawer. That would be really nice. If not, we'll be taping off this whole interior section. Might be glued. So the legs are simple as pie. And pie's not simple, but these are. So they just unscrew from T-nuts. And it looks like someone has been using it without the legs because we've got little buttons for sitting on a top. So one of those is worn through, so it's not working anymore. The nail is just coming right through there. Alrighty, so main issue, we've got our top splitting here. And what I want to try before we go ahead and take anything apart is this going to flex back down for me, or is it just too much tension for the top? So let me grab a clamp and we'll give that a whirl. Okay, let's see if it goes anywhere. Well, actually quite nicely. All right, well then let's just get some glue in here and clamp it down. So I'm just going to work glue into the inside as well. There's a tenon that goes in here. I'll make a nice right mess. We'll do this first while the finish is on, so it protects the finish from all the glue that I'm splattering everywhere. Smattering, I guess. Splattering, smattering. You guys notice that I mix up my words all the time when I'm talking on here? It's actually a lot of work to use your brain and do something while you're talking at the same time. Difficult. So I'll do both sides at the same time because we're going to bring this down at the same time. Just get it on that tenon in there. And it doesn't seem to be holding too much tension, so that's good because we're just getting glue on the edge of the tenon, which will be enough. But if it was spring-loaded and had issues with being with a lot of pressure, this wouldn't be enough to hold this top back down. Okay, so we'll just pop the clamps on. And I want to do it at the same time. And that's great. Let me clean up my glue mess and we'll let this set and we can just go on to refinishing. Okay, so to get these handles off, which I really, really want to do. I do have to get off this interior. So I was just kind of playing around. It looks like it's kind of superficially glued at the top edge. So I'm just gonna try to work it loose. Just has like a few spots. So I guess we'll have to glue it back on after, but I really do need to have it off. Oh, it's not gonna come out, guys. I gotta get it out though. Let me work on this. Okay, so I got all the panels off. A little bit of paper transfer, so we'll glue those back on after. But now we can get these handles out of here. I really hate it when they glue the panels down and then hide the hardware, attaching screws underneath that. Like, at least you could do like a blind panel where it's just held up with the pieces around it. Anyways, enough of my complaining. I can't get the bottom piece out. I mean, I could. I'd have to take the whole drawer apart. And I kind of feel like doing that because I'd like to attach the pieces that go on the bottom with the nails. And they are attached to the cardboard that this felt is attached to, which is not the bottom of the drawer. It's another board that is glued to the bottom. So you can't get this out because, for one, glue has run into everything, and two, that cardboard is right there in the way. And if I do get it out, then I still have to get this off in one piece. So I'd really like to attach it, but I might have to just attach it to the drawer bottom. That would be stronger anyways because they were all wiggly, and it'd be nice to get the nails in like these ones were through each of the little pieces. The little pieces I'm talking about are like these guys here for like the silverware attachers. They have nails coming in the bottom that I had to pull through the cardboard, and now I'm gonna have to attach those differently. So a bit of a mess just to get these handles off, but as you can see, it would be so difficult to work on this area and sand and clean and strip with those handles in the way. So it's kind of one difficult situation for the other, and I'd rather have to put that all back together than deal with this. So we've got that apart. We've got all the hardware. These are some really nice brass cuffs. They're heavy. They are solid brass, so we'll make those into a nice shiny foot. And these are solid brass as well, so we'll give them a bit of a shine. So everything is stripped off, and I just had a chat with the customer. As this is an insurance job, we don't often get to talk to the customer about what they want for the piece. It's usually in for, water damage, something cracked, and we have to refinish it anyways. So I like to get a hold of the customer in these situations and say, hey, we're down to the bare wood here. Were you thinking of a different direction for this piece in the first place? And she was. So, whole new change of plans. We're going to be going for a black stain, not a paint, a stain. So we're going to give this thing a really good sand, really kind of neutralize those warm tones that are coming through to get that nice black color. You might have noticed as we were stripping off, it was a kind of a limed pickled finish. So it has like a whitewash underneath the color. So we'll need to get that off for the most part, or else it'll come through that stain. So I guess we're doing a lot more sanding than originally, but that's okay. At least it'll be what she wants it to be. It was her grandmother's piece, so she wanted to kind of make it fit into her home, so we can do that. So I'll fire up the fest tool and we'll get sanding these flat surfaces, and then everything will be hand sanded in the grooves and the edges and stuff. Okay, so we've got everything hand sanded, and it looks like we've got some water spots here on the top. So I'm just going to use my oxalic acid and do a coat on the whole top. Okay, so while those are drying outside, I'm just gonna get on this. Remember, we can't put this panel on until those handles are on. I'm just gonna take a little bit of mild detergent, laundry detergent, and water with a microfiber cloth and give this a little bit of a clean before we install all those pieces back on. It's not very dirty, but never hurts to give it a little bit of a brush up. It looks better. So yeah, just a little dirty. Not too bad, but it needed it. Good stuff. And then we're just going to take a nice clean brush and we're going to brush that nap out. While all those pieces are off, it's nice and easy to do that. Good, so that's looking nice. And so we're going to take this back piece here with the name on it. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, put this aside here, it's clean. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this nameplate. I don't want it being lost. And then brush it over that edge there. Same thing here. Just kind of work it back down. Because, you know, soon somebody will just brush by it, it'll tear. And then you lost that nice little nameplate. And it's always nicer to see these things intact. There we go. There we go. Get that off. So I'll do the same thing here. Just give it a little bit of a wipe.
There's a similar tone to this 2018 guitar concerto by the London Quarter Concert.
So here's the case now, and because silverware chests are deserving of a little bit more of a luxurious finish because they're showpieces, I've sanded this down with 2000 grit, and we're going to be rubbing it out with a scratch remover, my 3M scratch remover, and giving it a little bit more of that really beautiful high-end piano type finish. And it's a nice little piece to do this on, as this is work, but I think this is what this piece deserves. We've got the silverware chest looking really nice. And, you know, the filled, beautiful finish will be on the top. We'll shine up the rest. It won't be as filled and like a filled finish like the rest of it. It'll still have some green going to it. But that's what it usually is. The tops are the really perfected high gloss filled finish, and the rest has a nice, smooth, glossy finish to match. Always with buffing or sanding, you really do have to mind your edge, which means just do a little bit more attention on the edge. And then straighten those scratch lines out. Get you in closer here so you can see that beautiful sheen. You can still see that grain coming through. I don't know if you can catch it there. Let me get you off the stand. Yeah, there you go. There's your grain pattern. It's a quiet grain, but it gives it a little bit more of that depth, a little bit more luxury. I'll probably finish it off with a wax. I might bring that sheen down at the end. I'll see what it looks like, but I kind of like it. All right, so I'll just get to buffing the rest of this whole thing. And I'm gonna have to make sure that doesn't have anything in it. And we'll see what it looks like after. And there it is, all finished up, looking super cute. And check out that mirror finish that we've got. I think it looks really appropriate on this piece. I went with flat on the hardware just to kind of juxtapose it against that really glossy finish. And I did add our little gliders on the bottom there so it's not rubbing on those brass cuffs, and got this drawer together. This was a little extra work to do, but I'm glad I did it because now these are all nice and sturdy. I put in screws instead of the nails they had because it's just going to be a lot sturdier that way. So that's looking really nice. And there we've got all clean, all sturdy. These kind of flip up for extra hardware underneath. So really cool little piece. And I think we gave it an appropriate finish. So thanks so much for joining me on this one, guys. And if you enjoyed this restoration, we've got more just like it. And if you want to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description below this video. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Cheers.